Hello and welcome back to the recap show. This is Drag Race All Stars Season 10, Episode 8. This is called Stagecooch, the ginger minge of it all. Ladies, how are you doing?
We're good. Where'd the ginger minge of it all come from?
Because this episode kind of takes a ginger minge turn, and I'm just like, why?
It feels very much staged
Yes.
for her to finally get a win.
Yeah. I feel like I said this at the beginning of the season, but I think this is going to be the season she finally wins.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's her fourth time back. Anyway, hi y'all.
Hello.
How you doing? Okay, well, let's get to the names first because as we know, we like to introduce ourselves. This week, I'm going with a more humble name. Today, I'm going to be called Jasmine Blaze.
Okay. Interesting.
It's very interesting.
Well, it's kind of hot outside today. It's Blaze.
That is
Where the
true.
Jasmine?
And I love Jasmine Rice, so I figured Jasmine, but it's Jasmine with a Z, not an S.
Oh, okay. Because you're jazzy.
Yeah, a little twist.
Okay.
Okay, for today I will be Bonita Babcock. Very demure, very cutesy,
Okay.
very mindful.
Is that based on based on somebody? Is that a real person?
I feel like it is. I don't know. It just came to me earlier, so I said I'll just go with it. We're going to be Bonita Babcock.
It sounds familiar.
It's very, it's in your lane of names when you want to be high, sedity, and falutin.
That is true.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what you got?
My name is Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Holly.
Are you going to burn up over there on the spot?
Strike him down. Strike him down, Lord.
I'm quite holy.
Yeah.
All right, we won't go there.
Yeah.
But
Well, listen, as you can see, this week we got our shit together. We got all of our names. The studio is done. Look, backdrop. We've got a little on-air sign. And we've got a monitor in the back with playing, different things back there. But we just got a nice little picture up today. Yeah. And then, of course, the hats are finally making an appearance.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. We got our lights up. We can change the colors. So we're ready to go. We are ready to go. So this week, I don't know, this last group of drag queens, they're kind of boring to me. I have to say, they're kind of boring.
more than kind of. I was bored. I found myself being disinterested this last episode. Especially with the way everything played out. Like I said, it feels very much, that's not even a word. It feels very much staged for Ginger to make it to, for the very least, at the very least, to make it to the final finale, whatever it is. Because,
Stagecooch.
Yeah.
I feel like it's hard to follow the last bracket, honestly. I feel like anything less than insanity in this bracket was not going to be able to top that last bracket. So
But it's not even like coming off of the foolishness of the last bracket is one thing, but to give almost nothing in this bracket is like
even Diabetica is like tame.
She's very tame, but like look who she has to play off of too.
This is true, but sorry, Miss Girl.
Yeah, she's over there meowing and stuff. She wants to make an entrance.
She did. Even the challenges these past 2 weeks have been kind of boring to me. Like,
yeah.
Okay, well, look, we've got looks, so let's just get into it.
Okay, first up, we have Miss Acid Betty. This was Night of 1,000 Mileys, which again I was also confused about.
I didn't mind this look. I actually did like it. I thought her going with the full length crystals and stuff like that actually made it look more drag.
I feel like I could have done without the airbrushed, bedazzled chest of it all. I feel like if it was just the nude, like, because Molly doesn't have a chest really anyway. So like to have just had it flat, it would have read a little better to me.
Yeah, I don't mind the look. I'm confused by the theme.
Well, Miley's country sometimes, and it went along with the theme of. They couldn't do a Night of 1,000 Beyonces. I feel like they've done that already.
But I mean, they could have chosen. I don't know. I don't know of many/any like outstanding, notable, memorable Miley Cyrus looks. So I'm just like,
look.
No,
I mean,
she has, especially like MTV, VMA Awards type of stuff. Yeah, I think so.
Attention to her. Maybe that's the issue.
Yeah, she's not your cup of tea.
My only thing about besides the nude illusion chest painted thing that Acid did is the shoe. I don't understand why she did like a nude pump with this.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
I didn't even see the shoe.
Yeah,
I didn't even remember the shoe.
I think she had on the same shoe that she had in
dance when they were rehearsing.
I think the dance challenge or something, or some other challenge or whatever. Oh, but before we move forward, this episode got my hopes up, and I don't appreciate that because the mini challenge was a Clueless themed, and Clueless is one of my favorite movies. So I don't understand why that wasn't the whole episode. You could have did something. Why was that just a mini challenge? I was so looking forward to an entire episode centered around Clueless because I love that movie so much, but they just did it as a mini challenge. So it just felt like a throwaway. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What is this?
The leap from Clueless to country didn't really make sense.
At all.
There was a disconnect with this episode. It really was.
Very much so.
And I can feel it in the conversation that's going on here.
Yeah. It's getting very dry. Let's
Oh, not dry, as you said before.
Nobody wants a dry beaver, but
I mean,
dry.
As he sips his tea.
Let's move on to the next.
All right, next up.
I thought she looked good.
Yeah,
I agree.
She looks good. I agree with the judges. It is giving, like, for it to be an imitation, it's giving very much good imitation Bob Mackie type of situation. So I have to give it to Alyssa. That's her name, right?
That is her name.
Wow, that says it all right there.
That is her name. Yes.
Good luck.
Good luck. Who was in the top this week?
Ginger and Denali.
Yeah.
Which I don't.
We'll get to
it.
Okay.
We'll get to it.
I almost feel like for this look alone, Alyssa could have been in the top because this wasn't a good look, and Ginger's look.
We'll get to it.
Was regular Ginger.
All right. Okay.
Let's get to it.
All right.
I thought this was really good.
Yeah.
I just think Denali looks good, period. But even still, the execution of this was really well. It was very Miley. Even the reveal to the next look, she did it very well. She deserved to be in the top this week. She also deserved to win the lip sync. I don't know what Rue is doing.
Those legs, dear God.
We'll get there, though.
Let's not
we'll
get there. That's a whole discussion at the end. Let's just wait to the end for that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yes, the look.
Hence what I said at the very beginning, the ginger minge of it all.
But is it Ginger or is it Rue? Like, Rue, what are you doing?
Well, whatever. Well, anyway, let's wait. Let's wait.
Okay. Yes, I like this look. I think it was executed well. Denali has clearly been in the gym working on them legs.
She's been working on everything.
Thighs.
Jesus.
You can see the muscle, those muscles.
What? Girl. Yeah. But this was a cute look. I think it was executed well. That's all I got to say.
Okay.
Yep,
Next up, Cynthia Lee Fontaine.
I didn't like this. It looked like somebody's mom.
Yes.
Dressing up for Halloween.
Yes.
Trying to be Miley Cyrus.
It looks ill-fitting.
Yeah, it's ill-fitted. It doesn't look good.
Well,
go ahead, say it.
No, go ahead and make your point. I have another point to make.
I don't think anything that y'all have said is any different than what Cynthia typically presents. Like, I mean, I didn't dislike it. I'm underwhelmed. I'm underwhelmed by her. I'm underwhelmed by the theme. And so that's just a really bad combination. I mean, considering the reference, I think she executed it fairly well. But again, I'm just like blah. Yeah, meh.
Yeah.
Can I just say that maybe I'm picky because when it comes to singing and all that other jazz, like maybe I'm just picky. But what irritated me just a little bit this episode was everybody was like, oh, Cynthia can really sing. Oh, such and such can really sing. All these singers. I'm like, not there. What are they hearing that I am not? Yeah. Because not there one of these hoes sounded good recording their track.
Well,
even if it's not a singer song, there was not an ounce of, oh, this sounds good. No, it sounds like all of you hoes is talking over a music track. Like talking about, oh, your voice is really good. Where?
It wasn't a Cynthia Erivo track?
It wasn't a child. It wasn't even a Lumity track. If y'all remember who that is.
Okay. Sidebar. I saw a random. I think it was a reel a couple of weeks ago.
What?
A reel.
Oh, real. Okay,
yeah.
Sorry.
I think it was a couple weeks ago where this guy was talking about that one Lumity song, and the video suggested that there is a community or a group of people that really loved that song.
There was.
And I'm very perplexed by that because I thought everyone was on the same page that was a horrible song and she was way off everything. Key.
So here's the thing though.
Everything.
It was very popular though. It was everywhere for a minute.
But I thought it was everywhere because it was bad.
Was that what it was? I thought people were like really like liking it.
That was my understanding. I thought it was so bad that's why it was everywhere. But apparently,
Oh. Yeah. No, people love that song.
There ain't another kick up to the
Please
you want me to stay.
Oh, I hated that song.
Tell me how that chick sounded. How?
Wait, I didn't know his cup matched his shirt.
Does it?
Yes. Hold it up again. I was doing the same thing.
It does.
It's definitely where to go. It's camouflage.
Yeah.
That's a cute cup. I like that.
Do you know where I got this cup from?
Where?
Dollar General.
They have some cute stuff though.
They do. I saw this and I was like, oh my God, it's so cute. And then it's light on the inside. You know, a lot of cups be like black or dark.
Yeah.
But it's light on the inside so you can actually see what you're drinking. I love this cup. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Did you get the I Love Slush hat from there too?
You know, that would be funny if I did, but no.
Oh.
I got this from Spencer's, I believe.
I was about to say that gives Spencer's.
Because, you know,
incredible shit. They have
Do they have out here still?
There's one at the mall, yeah.
Oh. I remember them from growing up.
Actually, I should go to Spencer's. I could get a couple of graphic tees. Anyway, how did we get here?
I need to go back to Spencer's.
His sidebar.
No.
Let's jump back onto the main bar.
Okay. Are we moving on to the next
main stage? Yes.
Fantastic. Diabetes.
I actually like this look.
I think she looks good. I mean, there's nothing spectacular about it. The silhouette looks nice on her. I'm not really a fan of the hair, but I get why. I get the hair.
Yeah. I think she could have did a little bit more with the hair.
It could have been a little bigger, maybe. Like the spikes could have been a little longer.
Yeah.
I think of all the queens, I think she looked closest to Miley. Like there are, if you just like look really quickly, you'd be like, oh damn, she's a dead ringer for Miley. So I think she looked. I think this was one of the top looks. I think the gown was executed well. I think the impersonation was executed well. So I actually wouldn't be. Well, I don't know. Daya hasn't won anything.
She won the first week. Her and Ginger won the first week.
Okay, I was gonna say maybe she might be moving on. Her, Ginger, and I don't know who else. But I think she's been over the last 2 weeks. I think she's been pretty consistent. So
yeah, she has.
Yeah.
All right, is this the last bitch?
This is the this is the last bitch. Yes.
I don't get. This was not a top look.
It was not a top
look. It just looked. You know what it looked like? You know those plastic dolls that had the plastic clothes? That's just what this gave me. I didn't think it looked good. I feel as though she always looks the same. her makeup doesn't change, and I'm not hating on her, but I'm just like, okay, whatever.
I don't think that was a top look. I don't think her performance in the challenge was a top performance. I did not understand Ginger being in the top. And then, so let's get to the lip sync.
Okay.
Yeah.
Denali killed this girl in the lip sync. She... You saying no?
I'm saying absolutely not.
Why not?
You think Ginger did better?
Yes.
Girl, bye. This is where we're going to disagree. And
there were a couple times where Ginger was literally standing there watching, like she was still mouthing the words to the song, but she was watching what Denali was doing.
And that was intentional because Denali was doing way too much for this song. Denali's energy was way over the top for this song. Denali was performing for a completely different song. Denali was all over the stage and doing it, and I was like, the song don't call for that. Ginger knew what needed to be done, and she did it. Denali was lip syncing as if she was back in that first lip sync when RuPaul said, "Everybody watch out because we got a lip sync." Girl, you were doing too much. You were doing too much for this song. It didn't call for all of that. The whole entire
I'll agree she did a lot. I'll agree she did a lot, but I don't think Ginger won that at all. And I'm just like, what is it about Ginger that RuPaul really loves?
It's probably the same thing that she loves about Georges. Like, you can tell she pushed Georges to the... I'm not going to say it's the same type of love, but I'm saying, like, it was clear that Ru gave Georges that last lip sync because she did not... she didn't win that last lip sync, but she let her win. Okay. In this case, again, I don't believe that Ginger won this lip sync. I feel like, yes, Denali was doing a lot. I can give you that. However, I felt like she earned a win. And even given Ginger's look, that was not a top look. Her performance in the challenge was not a top performance. So she literally handed Ginger another, 3 points?
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't understand what Ru was doing. I don't understand what Ru was doing. I understand what Ru's doing, but it's like, if that's the case, you should have put Ginger on that Global All Stars where you clearly handed Alyssa that win. Hand Ginger the win.
You know what? Let's say Ginger does not win this season. She will likely come back for the next season of Global All Stars, and then she'll win that one.
No, thank you. I'm done.
But so going back to the whole Ginger versus Georges comparison, I can, if RuPaul has a thing for Ginger, which I don't see it. It would make more sense to me that she has a thing for Ginger than Georges, because Ginger is actually pretty talented. Ginger is actually pretty funny.
She's funny.
I would say she's she's more talented in different aspects than Georges. So if that was the case, I could see it more for Ginger than Georges.
Yeah, I'm not taking anything away from Ginger. Ginger is talented. I feel as though she deserves to be one of the top queens when it comes to across the Drag Race universe. Mm-hmm. However, in this episode, my thing is, looking at this episode, it was a very clear hand to Ginger. Okay. I don't feel as though she earned it this episode.
Okay. Well, it would not surprise. Well, obviously, it won't be a surprise if she if she moves forward.
She moves forward, there's no way she's not moving at least into the next bracket.
Exactly. What I will say though is that I feel like, based on actually watching this season and like the ancillary clips of like queens who are currently on this season, like when they go to Roscoe's or they're doing like different interviews, it is really showing how production really is kind of manipulating things, because like I said, like a lot of the queens are now going on these different shows or being recorded in different bars and doing interviews, and how they're saying how things are just like orchestrated, or you think something's happening but it's not. Like I think it was she was in the first bracket. What is her name? She did the cinch coffin. Oh my God. Bosco was in it was some clip of her saying how before they even got on the season, they had already written their lyrics for their song or whatever. So what we see of them writing their song in the workroom is it's already been done. They've already recorded it. And so with that in mind, I feel like I'm watching the show now knowing that things have already kind of been put into place. For example, I noticed a weird thing in this episode. So they had a certain amount of time to get into quick drag for the mini challenge, a Clueless challenge, right? When RuPaul mentioned told who won that mini challenge, they were out of that quick drag and back into what they were wearing before. So I'm like, did y'all get out of the quick drag and then back into your clothes, or did y'all record all this together in the same clothing and find out who was the winner prior to the even? Because I'm like, why would they get back into the same clothes? And how did y'all get? Because Acid had on this big, elaborate.
What
thing.
is it with Acid and these Monsters Inc. coats?
That's a style. That's a style, I guess.
Okay, because the one she had on last week looked like Mike Wazowski. This one still looked like one of the Monsters Inc. crew. Like
she's a monster.
That's her thing.
She's a monster.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm not mad at it, to be honest. I would rather that than some boring shit that we see, time and time again. So.
Okay, well, this was an interesting episode.
Was it?
Well, I mean, it was lackluster. That's what made it, I guess, interesting. Why I say that, I don't know. But like this bracket just isn't bringing it for me. Like I'm just not excited about it. And we've got one more episode with this bracket next week. So let's see what these ladies do next week. Because then after that, we're bringing back all of the top 2 queens from each episode.
Top three.
Top 3 from each episode. And then I wonder when they're going to bring this whole game thing with where each judge picks one person, and then from that one person they pick one. RuPaul picks one person, I believe, out of the 3. That would be very interesting.
That one person continues on with the rest of them, right?
I don't know, but that's what I assume.
So I think. So was it 369?
Yeah.
It will be one person because I think it's just going to be like a lip sync Lollapalooza type of situation for the crown. So I think to make it even, Ru is only picking the one person to participate in that Lollapalooza.
But then there's not that many episodes. I mean, next week is episode 9.
Yeah. So there would be 10 episodes, which
that's kind of short.
But the All-Star season is typically shorter.
No.
Because they usually have less queens. They usually only have like 8 to 10 queens.
Okay.
On the All-Star season.
Okay.
True, but we'll find out.
I don't know. Well, listen, guys. Make sure to like us. Hit that like button on the side. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
This is a very short episode.
It was. It's okay. And then don't forget to hit the notification button so you can get notified every single time that we drop new episodes. And we drop new episodes every Monday at noon Eastern Standard Time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was a short episode, but that's okay. Not all have to be long and drawn out.
It's so short that it made me wonder, did we forget something?
I don't think so.
It's not that we forgot anything. It's just these girls didn't really give us much to talk about.
It was all forgettable.
That's true. All right.
Was Acacia a part of this season? I mean...
Anyway. Well, listen. We look forward to your comments. Also, don't forget to comment below. We like hearing the comments, even the shady ones, because it starts a conversation. So until next time, guys, have a good one, and we'll see you guys here next time. Deuces.
Bye.
Less editing for me.